welcome to the PPM stream. It's that Wednesday again.
Really?
One day a week you see the mad dog. So anyway, yeah, everybody welcome in. PPM stands for Peterborough Plastic Modelling Group, which we put on for a Facebook group every week, which is run by myself. So we put it on for the members and also for people on YouTube. So if you want to become a member of this Facebook group, Mark will put the link in a little bit later, probably about halfway through the stream.
Already done it.
Well, you've already done it. You're on the ball already, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a link in the chat. So if you want to become a member of the Peterborough Plastic Modelling Group, feel free to do so. It's a free group. So and also it's a private group. It's not public. So anyway, there's no giveaway this week. Not for the very much foreseeable future. Tonight we do have a gallery. So if you've got any builds that you want to show, please get your builds in by 8 p.m. We only do one refresh. We'd like people to stick to the PPM rules, please. There'll be no swearing, no sexual content, or anything like that, because we have people in this group. There's children that watch these streams with their parents. So please mind your P's and Q's. So on panel tonight, we've got Mark's Mods.
Hello.
And also we've got Dave Matt Builds.
Good evening.
And also we've got Ron's Modelling Group.
Good evening.
And also we've got the one and only Mr. Meow, Pants Cat.
Meow. Good evening, folks.
Okay, so we'll go around. We'll go around the board first before we get to the chat.
Whoa.
Whoa. I caught you on guard there.
Look at the surprise on him.
Don't do that to me. Right, I'm going to be. I will start doing a bit more of this kit that Spruce sent me kindly. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this tonight. I've got some very tiny decals to put on, so I think that's going to take me a little bit of time. So yes, that is what I will be working on.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Okay, so we've got a Dave Matt Builds.
Yeah, I'm going to be carrying on with my Warhammer. I did this one today, one of the, whatever it's called. Got quite a lot to do. A few more sprues on here, and then that's all I'm doing for tonight. If I get it all finished, I will start on another box.
Cool, thank you very much.
Welcome.
So we'll go across the Panzer Cat.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be working on this, which is they're called Razors, the MZR light tactical vehicle. That's been in the stash for a couple of years, and I'm currently waiting for component parts for two other builds. So I'll start working on these. There's two kits in the box. So that's what I shall be working on this evening from the company.
Aren't they based on the Minimote?
I believe they are. They're a modern version of them. They're used primarily. I'm trying to look for an image. Color image. Here we go. They're primarily used on golf courses as utility vehicles, off-road utility vehicles. This is the passenger carrying version of the quad bikes, in use by various militaries in the world, including my own branch of service, the Royal Marines. But we use the two-seater versions, rather than the four-seater versions.
Nice.
So nice little all-terrain vehicle. So that'll keep me out of mischief for a couple of days.
Yeah, good, isn't it? Been looking forward to an update on that in the group.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go across the Rob.
I'm busy with the big man. I've still got lots of bits and bobs to put on before I can even think about undercoating it. And I've already started the engine. So yeah, it's there. And yes. And then I've got most of the chassis done as well, sort of thing. There's a lot more to go on it as well, so yeah.
Right.
I'll be having fun,
Ron?
or maybe not.
Okay, so me, I shall be. I'm actually going to do something this week. If I can find the right camera, you'll have to bear with me. I think it's that one, I think. I'm going to be carrying on with Graf Zeppelin. I've got a few little bits to do on it tonight. I'm going to put some searchlights on and do a couple of other bits and pieces. I've got a halter to drill here and two at the front to put the other main guns on. So I should be messing with it. Plus I've got a few touch-ups on this full red to do. So I should just do that in with the paintbrush. It's just on the shaft. It's just where the spray is. So, but yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. This is. I got all the armaments on last night, so yeah, it's coming along nicely. But there will be an update on this. It'll be maybe Saturday. There'll be a video go up. So yes, so that's what I should be doing. So we're going to go across to the chat, say hi to everyone. So I came in with evening all PPM members and the chat line on YouTube. We've got Panzer Cat in, he says meow. Panzer Cat says evening Lindsay and panel. He also says evening chat. We've got Mr. Spur and Glue in, and he says hi Lindsay, panel, and Zed.
Hi, Spru.
Hey, Sprue.
Welcome in, buddy. Spur and Glue says and chat. David Mark is in, and he says evening Lindsay. Welcome in, David Markey.
Hey, David.
Hi,
I
David.
hope you enjoy your book. He also says evening folks, and he says hello Panzer, and he says also hello David. Then we have the link for the Facebook group. So if you want to become a member, just click onto that link and send us a request to join. But you must be a modeler. David Markey says hello Mark. He also says hello Dave. He says hello Rob.
Hello.
Oh,
Jeff, we've got Jeff and Maggie in, and welcome in, Jeff and Maggie. Hope you're well. Says very good evening, guys.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Maggie.
hey, Jeff and Maggie.
So we've got Scott's Models in, and he says morning, morning, Scott.
Yes,
Welcome in.
Hey, Scott.
If you're not working today, would you like to join us? Let us know in the chat, please, and I'll send you a link. David Markey says hello, Jeff and Maggie. David Markey says hello, Scott. And we've got Stephen Kessel in, and he says, good day, everyone. Model on.
Hi,
Welcome in, Stephen Kessel.
Hey, Stephen.
Hello.
David Markey says hello, Stephen. Okay, so Mark's Mods start to put some YouTube links in from the panel guests. We've got Ron Hetman, 831.
Thank you, Mark.
So, also the Panzer Cat, 7854.
Thank you.
Dave Muck Builds,
Thank you, Mark.
5232. And also there is also Mark's Mods channel there as well. So if you would like to subscribe to their channels, take a look, see what you think. If you like what you see, give them a sub. It's all free. We've got our Apple in from Body Scotland, and it says evening PPM panel and Chatlanders. Welcome in, Apple.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
Max Mod says please share and subscribe and a massive thumbs up. Apple says number 8 thumb up. Thank you very much, Apple. And we've got our CJ in Chilton Junction, and it says hey Lindsay panel.
Hi, CJ.
Hi.
hey, Chilton.
CJ says hi everyone in chat. Apple says hi David Markey and Sprue and plus Tony. Chilton Junction says hey Apple, and we've got our Frankie Day in, and he says hello Sir Lindsay. Hi you guys, look great out there. Thank you very much Frankie, and welcome.
Hi, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
David Markey says hello Tony, and he also says hello Apple. Chilton says hello David. David Markey says hello Frankie. Scott says just got into bed mate, it's 4 a.m. Stephen Haynes Model says hi David Markey. So that's the chat. And David Markey says, hello, Dan. And we've got Carl Scale modelling in, and he says, good evening, gents. I'm all in
Hey,
chat.
Carl.
Good evening, Carl.
Johnny.
Hello.
Hey, Carl.
Taunton Junction says, hi, Stephen. Stephen Haynes is also in. Welcome in, Stephen Haynes. He says, hi, models. Taunton Junction says, hey, Carl. David Markey says, hello, Carl. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Stephen Kessel. Apple says, hi, Stephen Haynes and Frankie, Carl, and Michelle. David Marcus says, hi, Michelle. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Apple. Apple says, oi, oi, Scott. Stephen Haynes model says, hi, Chilverton Junction. Okay, so, Stephen Haynes says, hi, Frankie Day Models. Yes, so yeah, we've got a nice 22 in. Thank you very much. Don't forget to leave your thumbs if you skipping by. So what did I say I was doing? Oh yes.
No misbehaving in the chat or you'll get back blocked.
That's the moderator speaking.
Well, 2 weeks now I've had to.
Okay, so we've got 20 in now. Mark's just frightened two off. Okay, Apple says hello, Stephen Castle. And we've got our TBG in. Hi there, James. Then he says,
Hey, James.
Stephen Haynes model says hi, Carl Scale modelling. Stephen Haynes says hi to Mobley. Jordan Johnson says hi, TBG. And also TBG says hi, Stephen Haynes. And David Markey says hello, James. Apple says Headmaster Mark has spoken, so watch it. Yes, we'll cane you. TBG says hi, CJ. Apple says hi, James. Nice. So I hope you guys have all had a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been shopping.
Been shopping.
Yeah.
Is that food shopping or?
Yeah, food shopping.
Oh, that's boring.
Well, we don't get out very often, as you can tell.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't mind the 1 day a week going into town and doing food shopping.
Okay. Okay, TBG Model Work says hi, Apple. Yes, Dobby even has to be careful. Yes, he does, otherwise Dobby will get banned.
The funny thing is, I've noticed Dobby's the worst offender.
Hang now, Panzer.
No, I didn't instigate that, did I?
Come on, retract them claws. Matt's Hobby says, hi, you all just doing 6 of the U96. Oh, cool.
All right, awesome.
Apple says, in case, James, you pop in by Nick his bacon, TBG. No nicking Bobby's bacon.
When was the
That's
last
trouble.
time you had bacon, Linda?
Not yesterday, but the day before. I've got to get another lot out the freezer, so I think it's my last pack. Apple says, Mark's Hobbies, welcome. We've got our Quana one, and he says, I'm always well behaved. Yes. Welcome in, though, Quano. Mark's Hobbies says, hi, Apple.
Hey, Dan. And hey to TVG as well.
And we go shopping tomorrow. I hate shopping day.
I'm glad I only do it once a month.
It keeps me from my bench.
Yeah. Send the wife there.
Well, she can't walk very far, so I've got to take her.
Oh, okay. So you're the transport.
Yeah, I'm the chauffeur.
And the carrier of anything that she buys.
Yeah.
Okay, Apple says Quano Dan, how do? Stephen Haynes says hi Quano. Stephen Haynes says hi Mark's Hobbies, and Mark's Hobbies says hi Stephen. Okay, well, I'll turn this round without dropping it on the floor. Oh, God. Oops. Drop my mouse.
Oh, you had to drop something. At least it was something that's not exactly a lot of time invested in it.
Yeah.
Dave, Matt, just take the missus into Warhammer.
Oh, yeah, blimey.
David Markey says, "Are your fingers crossed when you said that?" I think he's got his fingers, hands, and his legs. And he's biting his lip too. Apple says, "Now tell the truth, Dave Mack. You love getting out of the shed, but your purse hates it." My
Or
wallet.
you could take her to Hobbycraft.
Oh, she has been in Hobbycraft for me a few times to get some books, but when it comes to whatchamacallit, the Warhammer, she's got no interest at all. She's got no interest in enemy models.
What's she do for a hobby?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh,
Well, she does jigsaw puzzles,
all right.
but
She can
my
get-
hobby's more expensive. She says
She
to
can-
me, where are you going to put him? I said, I'll find somewhere. In the shed.
See, I
His
don't
wife's-
get any of that.
His wife's hobby is complaining about his hobby.
Yeah. But we're not married, thankfully.
I don't get any of that. I honestly, if last time I took Julie into the model shop, she would have spent more on models for me to do than I would have done.
Yeah. But my missus isn't like that, though. She's not very understanding as Julie.
Yorkshire last by any chance?
Of course.
I mean, she's just a miserable old goat.
I sure hope she doesn't watch this stream.
No, she doesn't even know how to work a computer, so I'm safe.
Well, that's what she tells you, Dave.
She can't even operate a mobile phone.
Oh.
I need 14.
So who wants to do belly and bench? Everybody?
What's in your belly? What's on your bench? What's your beverage of choice? Lindsay.
I've just had chicken tikka masala with rice.
Ooh, nice.
And
Right.
beverage was cup of tea.
Ooh,
And
okay.
you know what I've got on my bench? Got the,
Not sure, really.
I've got the DKM graph set pin 350 scale.
That's cool. Mark.
Belly, I had a nice fruit salad of apple, grape, and strawberries. Beverages are coffee, and benches, I'm putting probably the world's smallest decals onto a 172 scale Gloucester Meteor.
Yeah. That sounds fun, though.
Well, I tell you the truth, they're going on a heck of a lot better than the blooming decals for the Hella Titanic Searcher.
Panzer.
Yes. My belly, just before we came on stream, was a Aberdeen Angus steak with caramelised onion and green salad thing on sandwich. My beverage is a cup of cold coffee,
Oh, okay.
which is a kind of a thing I get used to drinking. It was hot when I made it. It's cold now.
Yeah.
And as you know, what's on my bench, I have various things, but this is what I'm working on tonight, which is the little Magic Factory razor.
Yeah, that's nice, there. Davey.
Well, in my belly, I had a milkshake. A beverage, you had a nice cup of tea. And on my bench is some Starship Troopers insects.
Ooh. Sounds exciting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, myself, I had a chicken curry and rice, coffee, and on my bench is the Peterbilt. What's it? Peterbilt. Oh, goodness me. 378, 124 scale. Beverage was a nice, good old coffee. Can't go wrong with coffee.
Hot or cold?
It was hot when I had it. Unlike you now.
Well, I was going to have a glass of Fireball today, but I thought, no, I better not because I'm live tonight.
Oh,
That would be a ppm stream with a difference.
yes.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll probably be putting the peaches in the wrong places.
Okay, so we've got a space empty. So if anybody would like to come and join us, you're quite welcome to. I'll put the link in the chat. So it's going to be first come, first served. But you must be working at your bench to come onto the panel. Okay, Quano says, I'm not just really good at bold-faced lies. So shh, David Markey, because no one else noticed my naughtiness. Apple says, Dave back, you get question, Warhammer jigsaws.
Warhammer Jigsaw. Was that a electric one or just a jigsaw puzzle?
I think it might be jigsaw puzzles, I think, or something like that. Apple says sirloin steak strips and chili sauce with fried rice, coffee, and built my e-bike. Ooh,
Nice.
Apple's got an e-bike.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the chat, so if you want to come in and join us, you're quite welcome to. There's one place there. TBG says corned beef, cottage cheese, sarnie, bench, airfix, Lysander, water, possibly airfix. That is. Okay, so we've got 21 people in the chat, so I hope everybody's putting their thumbs up. I want to try and go for a maximum tonight. So please, everybody, put those thumbs up. Much appreciated. Even those that's just watching and not in the chat. Shows all your appreciation for these guys on the channel as well as does my channel good.
That's strange. Very, very strange.
Okay, so now I've got to put one back. There's a hole at the back there.
missing off this.
That's okay.
Last night, I think my obsession with keeping things clean went a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started cleaning my paints.
Oh, Mark.
You know, sort of taking off all the bits that are dried around them and everything. Dried up paint. So last night I was doing that. Now you wonder why I enjoy getting out once a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
It's like when you're at school with PVA glue, you can just pick at it and it comes off in bits and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, Mark. If you can't stop picking it, it will never heal.
That's very true.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen of the chat. If you need your paint bottles picked clean, send them to Mark. He finds it very therapeutic.
Don't forget, members, if you please post your builds in the group before 8 p.m. tonight. There will only be one refresh. So get them in as soon as possible.
And geez, bro.
To the front. It should be. No, not that one. I didn't like that clicking sound when I was holding this. Chorlton Junction says, I've actually started to paint my first Space Marine. Came upstairs yesterday to find the dog chewing on it. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Oh.
Was it a tasty marine?
Must have tasted nice. Don't you just love dogs and cats?
oh.
You know, I've been lucky. My dog's never chewed nothing.
Smaller dogs tend not to chew.
Hang on, I've just got a phone call. Hang on.
So I take it that was a dog in a doghouse. Panzer's about to say, well, that's what happens when you have dogs. Cats don't do that.
We don't. We just go to your bench, stand on it, and hook something off for it. Just paw it off. Even when you're yelling at us, stop, no, don't do it, we do it. Why? Because we are a cat.
We felt lucky with our cats. None of them chewed anything. They never even climbed the curtains, never climbed the walls. They never even went near the Christmas tree.
Oh, our cat was an absolute nutter when he was a kitten. He'd climb anything that was standing.
I once bought a new Christmas tree after the Bengal cat, my first one, destroyed the old Christmas tree, so I had to buy a new one. And I got it out of the box, put it up, put all the things on the baubles on it, switched the tree came with built-in lights, switched the living room lights off, switched on the Christmas tree lights. Thought, oh, isn't that nice? And then all of a sudden I saw two red things glowing from the centre of the tree. and the tinsel being taken from the outside into the tree. And I grabbed my Maglite torch and shone it to see what the hell was in this artificial Christmas tree. It turns out it was the cat. I was the only person I knew that used to put his Christmas decorations up on the tree when he came home from work and take them down before he went to bed. Otherwise, the pair of them would completely strip the tree in about 10 minutes after the light's out.
Oh, wow.
Okay, David Marcus says, protecting you from the aliens, Tony. Mark's hobby says, pack 6 done, now pack 7.
What have you got up to, Mark's hobbies, to do on the U96?
How long is that thing, Mark?
140 issues. Yeah, but it's so enjoyable to do. So detailed. I'm on pack 7 now. I get 2 packs a month. Right. So you're really flying through it then?
How far you got on it, Mark?
Tomorrow will be issue 52.
How many issues is there altogether on that, Mark?
140.
Wow.
I think you're fast approaching the halfway mark then.
Okay, TBG says those who convince the earth is flat have never owned a cat. Mark's Hobby says I'm on pack 7 now and I get 2 packs a month. Mark's Hobby says it's a great build.
Mm-hmm.
TBG says protecting you from going down the rabbit hole. Well, there is that to it. Apple says, have to admit, after Hamish came to mind, he sniffed in every corner of the room and left a trace of himself. And after that, apart from being sick, he was good as gold. So he peed in every corner. Wow. Mark's Hobby says, Kit 25.
Right.
So nobody wants to join us then? Yeah, we've gone down to 18 from 22. People are flying by. So don't forget to post your builds, guys, before 8 p.m. for the gallery. Frankie Day, you'll have to come and join us one day.
Mm.
Yeah.
Be nice to have you aboard on panel.
Yeah.
I thought I had a good missing then.
If you had it was the dog, it wasn't the cat in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, I don't own a cat. Thank God.
Why? We're nice. We're
They don't
friendly.
I don't like cats and they don't like me.
Yeah. Cats don't like you and they let you know it. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they certainly do. Every time I go near one, it attacks me. Enough to say, get away. I have to wait till they dry off a bit and I can tip them backwards a bit.
G 12, 14, G20. Blimey.
No, that's in the wrong place. Really?
Who glued it on? Who glued it in the wrong place?
I did. So that goes what's up to there. I'm glad that hole's covered up. Wow. I'm glad I test fitted that back on. Okay. That was the only hole there as well. It's not in the right place. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit more improvisation here. Just make sure I get it in the right place. I drilled the drilled hole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're holes in the wrong place.
Oh,
But I'm glad that the island covers it up. Otherwise, that would have meant filling the hole and then spraying the deck again.
yeah, that wouldn't have been very pleasant then.
No.
Be funny though. My favourite is when they ask you to drill holes, and for no apparent reason. And then you get to the end of the build, and there's still a hole there.
Yeah.
Then you go and look at an earlier release of the kit, a different mark of the kit, and that instruction to drill a hole dates from that kit, where a component does go in.
TBG says Dobby doesn't own a cat. He's mistaken a few for dry purred bacon.
No, this is the right place. 43, 43. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I'm glad these are all locked up in the shed overnight. Don't want them coming out after me.
We've got Go For It painted in, and he says, hello. Hello there, Go For It. Welcome in.
I go for it.
Hi, Daniel.
And he also says, hi, Apple, and hi, all. Welcome in. Right, so 6 of them on.
Gents, just excuse me for a minute. I've got to go for a call of nature.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to howl at the moon.
Yeah.
The only problem is the moon isn't out.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, you're further south than we are.
It's
just like the-
a waxing gibbous.
Carry on.
Carry on, he says. Carry on. Okay, just wait for them to dry now. David Markey says hello, Daniel. Stephen Hayes says hi. Go for it, painting. Go for it, painting says hi, Stephen. Go for it, painting says don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like. Go for it says hi, David.
18 watching and 17 likes.
Come on, somebody's shirking out here.
I reckon
Not
it's
me.
Panzer.
Nope, I was actually thumb number 1
No, you were not. I was.
when I logged in to say meow. It was number 1.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have a bit of fight between Panzer Cat and Sausage Roll Ron.
The sausage roll will always lose.
Ah, but if you're eating the sausage roll outside, cats don't like the outside when it's raining.
My Bengals used to love going out when it was raining. Come to think of it, my first cat, Chieftain, he used to love going out when it was raining, especially that fine, light, misty rain that we get here in Scotland. He used to love going out, and then he would sneak in and sneak up under the duvet, and he would do it when his fur was soaking wet and cold, and he would run the full length of my naked body up my back and make me go, "You little," and he would bolt back out of the bed and out of the bedroom, and you could hear him hearing down the hallway, down the stairs, and out through the cat flap, because you could see the cat flap going tick 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 tick. And they say cats don't have a sense of humour. My one did.
So I've got 3 of these, but only 2 holes. Interesting.
Means we need to drill another hole.
Unless I put one too many guns in.
Oops.
Interesting.
Maybe they gave you an extra gun as a spare.
You never know.
Funny that. I know somebody who built a kit that had 2 of everything in the canopies department except the one piece that he broke.
Yeah. That's
Not
just.
gonna- Yeah. I'm not going to name names, Terry, a little history.
Yeah, yeah. That's just sod's law, that, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I think they ought to name Terry's stream the Bloodsport.
Live from A&E.
Yeah. Apple says, I bet it's Lindsay himself has not thumbed up his sound. Well, yes, I'm not even going to elaborate on that one. Apple says, hello, go for it. Otherwise, Mark will ban me.
Only on your instruction, Lindsay.
Sorry?
Only on your instruction.
Keep me out of my own stream.
There you go, Mark is given the word.
You'd have to let me in to finish the stream, though. Apple says, nah, Terry should be renamed the Mozzie Trainer Show. No, Shazabas.
That was not the words he used, I can assure you.
No, I didn't know that, Jesus.
He's back again.
What's he got? How many? Is he jailing a prisoner or something to that shed?
That sounds like a wind chime.
His shed door reminds me of that on that film, The Twister, when they go into that barn with all those things.
It's all the garden tools hanging on the door.
Could be worse. It could be you hanging in the garden door.
After when she's finished for me.
Honestly, it sounds like that episode of Only Fools and Horses when they go see that dodgy person. He says, "Oh, he's just moving his stock." Right, well, I'll be back in a sec and then I'll get ready for gallery.
See what you started, Dave? Everyone's now going to the loo.
Not my fault. Well, when I get my new shed, all them garden tools will be going in there. So there'll be no more rattling.
And you'll get a new space to put things.
Yep. 12th of May, I think it's coming.
Hopefully the wasps might move into the new shed.
You better not, because I'll charge them rent. Well, it's funny though, but since the weather has changed, I've not had one come in.
No, they're probably frightened you'll charge them rent.
Yeah. Because I was telling a woman in Bury, where I had my hair cut, I said to her, I sprayed a wasp with black paint and I watched it suffer, and she went mad. But I said, so they don't pollinate. All they do, they sting you.
Best way to deal with them now is petrol into it. Not set them on fire, but
The fumes.
yeah, the fumes from the petrol kills them.
Methylated spirits and a cigarette lighter.
Oh, better
Yeah,
still.
but the idea is to kill the wasp, Panzer, not burn down the shed.
Well, many years ago, when I worked in the model shop, I don't like wasps. I have a pathological hatred of wasps. If I see a wasp and anywhere in my proximity, I have to kill it, stone dead, without question, without mercy, without malice, with absolutely no prejudice. And my friend, my employer Mark, we used to have this, these squirty bottles, the Trigger squirt bottles, full of mess that we use for cleaning up and doing general cleaning duties. And he showed me this trick with a Zippo lighter, and you squirt it, and of course the mess goes over the lighter, ignites, and creates a little flamethrower. Me being me, thought this is a brilliant idea, but coming from Glasgow, I do it industrially. I don't give it light squirts. I give it one great big continuous squirt. So naturally, the highly flammable liquid went all over the lighter, extinguished the flame, soaked my hand in methylated spirits. Then, of course, I thought that was not good. Of course, then the lighter, it's only an illusion. The lighter actually goes up, and as does the methylated spirits. At which point, my hand was rather red with burning. I got the wasp though.
I give them a chance. I try and coax them to go outside, but if they won't and they keep, then I give them a chance at least to go out.
I remember once when I was on my way to Cumbria, I had my window wide open on the cat, and one landed right on where the window was open, and it was watching me. So what I did, I just got my finger and flicked it and stunned it.
I swallowed a wasp once.
Nasty.
It didn't hurt, but yeah, I used to. Well, in my youth, in my late teens, I used to ride motorbikes, and in the middle of summer, you can't really have your visor down because you need to breathe fresh air. And let's just say I swallowed a few flies and a wasp once.
That was just so the flies had company.
I loved them days when I was riding motorbikes.
Mm.
It was inevitable that you'd end up eating some kind of nature.
Oh, definitely.
I reckon that's why in like China and Japan they all ride motorbikes so they can just eat free food on the journey.
Where do you think the concept of Uber Eats came from?
That's why they don't wear helmets either, so there's nothing that's going to trap the mouse, so they can just eat as they go.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. This is how fast food drive-thrus were invented.
There you go. It's instant takeaway.
Take away from that what you will.
Oh dear, I was a minute late. Okay.
Okay, everybody. It is gallery time.
It's showtime.
I'm just checking. Yeah, I've got the stream open and I can see it's open on the monitor. So, first up tonight we have Mr. Ken Ramers. So let's click on. Let's see what he's up to. No information much on this one. Oh, it's a Dodge. And somebody's at Lindsay's door.
Yes, it's a Dodge. Woof, 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 woof.
Yeah. The dog heard Dodge and went, yeah. That's a dragster. Very nice. Not very much into American cars, but
You like that one?
yeah. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of American cars. I don't know. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
really nice. But
Looks like a
that's
Dodge
just-
Viper, that does.
No, it's not a Viper. I think you find that's a good.
And there's his playlist. Nice work, Ken.
Nice one, buddy.
Give that a like. Okay, that was Lindsay last week. Welcome new members. Okay, so we have Sophie, and this is just titled Tyrannus. Did I say that right?
Yes, Tyrannid.
Tyrannid, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's have a look.
Something similar to what I'm doing here now, Tyrannid Prime.
They look like something out of the Alien movie.
Does, done it.
And that's some nice paint she's got. Nice one, Sophie. That I like. Okay, so we've got Ken Ramers again. Let's see if there's any information. No information on this one, so
I think there was. Is it at the
what's
top?
that? Hang on. No, there's nothing at the top. Oh, finished. The 62 Dart project and finally finished the rest of the trim on the 62 Dart Gasser. What I can't understand is why Americans call petrol gas. It's not a gas. It's a liquid.
Gasoline.
Gas is actually a liquid.
Yeah.
Very nice, Ken. Very nice.
Mm. Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
There was two builds there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice job.
There's them both together.
I think in American terms, I think they call them motors.
Mm.
Dodge range and all that. It's GM, isn't it?
Okay, so this is Francois. A&T 66 Oldsmobile 442 completed. Happy with the end result. On to the next project.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice two-tone.
Paintwork on that is amazing.
And they make some beautiful novels to see the bacon drive. Especially in the car range.
A lot of work in there.
Definitely. I mean, look at that rear parcel shelf. It's got grey matting.
Yeah, it looks like he's flocked it.
It's nice. Beautiful. Nice one, Francois.
Nice one. Yeah, brilliant
Nice
work.
work.
Yes, very nice.
Give that a like. Okay, so next up is Mr. Ronald Schoon, and this is work in progress. So this is the Land Rover.
He's doing a good job on that.
A lot to pick out, though, isn't there, on that?
Yeah.
Looking good. I wonder what colour he's going to do this.
Mm.
Come on, it's Land Rover. It can only be one colour, petroleum blue.
No, there is green.
It could be green,
Yeah.
green or red.
Yeah, I don't mind green.
Nice one, Ronald.
Good work.
In fact,
Oh.
Humbrol make a specific enamel paint called petroleum blue, designed for Land Rover models.
Okay, so this is Frankie Day. So it's ahoy,
Oh.
Sir Lindsay and the
Oh, they are
Columbus
royal.
crew, HMS at Royal. Now I can finish it up since I have a permanent home now.
Oh, right. Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
I used to have that years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Making a beautiful job of that.
There you go. That's your next big project, Dave Mac, after your Enterprise.
What scale is that?
It's 1350.
350.
Yeah.
If I get my Enterprise finished.
Can you get a photo etch kit with that?
Oh, I'm sure Dave could find one.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, I've got aftermarket parts for mine.
That
Wow.
looks amazing. Wow, brilliant.
It's a big old model and all.
Yeah, looks it. Nice one. Okay, so this is Sophie, who says, another visit to my local Warhammer store. I purchased the Space Marines starter kit.
She's definitely fell down a rabbit hole,
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
like I did.
But you dove head first.
Yeah,
Mm.
I certainly did.
You were resistant at first, but the minute you saw them, you were in there faster than a rabbit up a drain pipe.
Okay, so next up we've got Mr. Ken Ramers, who says shot colour on the 57 Chrysler and the Mo Power funny car bodies. There's only a couple of pictures for this one. How much paint has built up on that?
Wow.
That's Mark's neatness freaking showing out.
Oh, that really needs a good scrape off and clean.
Mark's OCD is kicking in.
Yep.
He'll come and clean your bench for you, Ken.
But look, it's all built up and it just needs a scraper and yeah.
Why
Nice
scrape it? He's going to just paint over it anyway.
Nice one, Ken.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, Ken Ramers, shot colour on my 132 scale 36 Ford drag car project. Just the one photo here. Wow. Nice colour.
Nice one, Ken.
Okay, so next we have Stephen Pride, who says, Revell 148 B1-B Lancer work in progress. Made some progress and painted the control panels. Used a paintbrush for the black panels and dials, but a toothpick was too thick for the switches, etc. So I had to use the tip of a pin. Happy with it. The seats originally have red padding, but as cruise missions can last more than 12 hours, black sheep wool fleece cushions are often seen placed over the red ones. See pics. My plan is to paint the seats and backrest red, then make the black pads from material, then stick them over the back and bum parts of the seats to make them look modern. Also, the aisle armrests are usually left in the upright position, so I've snipped off those and will paint and attach them in the correct position after I've painted the seats. I'm going to all this trouble as I might as well try scratch building the harnesses too. It'll be a shame if all this won't be seen at the end of the build, but
Yeah.
there it is. Well, know it's there, won't we? Ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, some tiny little details there.
Yeah.
So there's the seats. Ah, right. So that's his photograph he was on about.
You can't do a build without reference bits.
No.
Yep.
There we go. Nice one, Stephen.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is Mr. Ken Ramers again. And this is got the graphics done on my version of the Mopower Funny Car.
It's cool.
Yeah.
The colours complement one another as well.
Yeah. They certainly do. They go well, don't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's got some stripes there too.
And some on the bonnet. Nice work. And that's his playlist. Give that a like. There we go. Okay, so this is Unky Ron with the British self-propelled anti-tank gun Archer.
Wow.
I had to get that with my carpet because my carpet was less than what it was before the thing.
Right.
So hence I thought, well, get a kit, grab that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a good kit. It builds up quite well.
Yeah,
Good.
I know.
Good excuse to get a kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get a carriage paid order? Add a kit to the basket.
Yeah.
Pre-post and packing.
Yep.
There we go. Nice one, Ron.
Okay.
Did I like? Yes, I did. Okay, so that's the link for tonight's live stream. The last 2 weeks, I haven't had to remind Lindsay about it, so he's doing well. Okay, so this is Hellcat, and he says, "Thanks for the ad. Have a nice day." So this is really gonna.
That's a Hexa.
Wow.
Panzer's gonna love that.
That's a King Tiger.
Oh,
Production-
yes. Yeah, yeah.
Production turret,
Yeah.
yeah. And behind it in the background is a Panther tank.
Yes.
Very nice. Just can I translate that? No. Never mind. Brilliant. Have you built one of them, Panzer, or both of them?
I have built a Panther tank many years ago, but not in recent history. And my plan was to build a Panther tank this year, and I am actually building one, but it's of building bricks.
Right. Okay.
But yes, I've built many King Tigers.
Okay. So this is Sophie again. My Space Marine now has arms. Well, as long as it has hands as well, Ron.
Why did I know that was going to come up?
It's always handy to have hands.
Yeah.
And if you're JC, it's hands that do dishes.
I think they're chucking you under the bus, Ron.
Yeah,
There we
not
go.
head first, but hand first.
Nice one, Sophie.
Yeah.
Give that a like. Okay, so this is Edward Leonard, who says, these are the rest of the cast resin Speed Freak series, Honey Bunny and Jumping Star and Axel and Speedbreaker. Thanks for looking. Cheers. Oh, wow.
These are made the appearance on the unusual model kit range in resin about 2000, and
Right.
they are highly sought after. They're wonderful kits.
Yeah. They look fun to do.
Yeah.
Look at that. Even weathered it.
Yeah.
Nice job, man. Very nice.
Looks excellent.
Different, but quite nice though.
Mm.
Well, I think there's 3 in the series.
Very unusual.
Ooh.
He's actually put rivets in them, hasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the attitude of that animal. The cigarette on the end at the end of its mouth just fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Oh, he put some magnets in the goggles, so you can take them on and off. That's good. That's great. Yeah. It's a great idea.
There's a nice colour contrast there too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Even put a little bit of fur there, if you can see it.
Yeah.
All right. Add a bit more realism to it, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Well done, Edward.
Yeah. There's a cat walking around Edward's neighbourhood that's missing a patch. We now know what it is.
Okay, we have Panzer. I have now completed the build of the AFV Club Churchill Avre Mark IV.
Correct.
Just awaiting some carrier cables to detail the winch mechanism and the arrival of some suitable crew figures.
Yeah, that's a nice build. You know, the instructions are a wee bit vague in places because they're relying on the previous kits,
Yeah,
and they miss out some things, so they don't draw attention to what they are and where they go. But I've built that many of these Churchill kits now that I can literally assemble them in my sleep.
yeah,
A number of people have been asking, why have you missed off the middle track section? Well, the vehicle that I'm actually building has that piece missing from the vehicle. They were taken off because they were damaged to prevent the build-up of mud on the early infantry pattern tank tracks.
Right.
And also to save weight.
Done a good job there, Panzer.
Thank you very much.
well done.
Excellent.
I was notified yesterday that my parcel had left the shop in Poland, so it's on its way to me. Whether I'll see it this side of Easter or next, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we've got Mr. James Mower, who says, work in progress, Airfix 135th, Tiger 1, edging closer to the finish line.
That's nice.
Mm. I like them decals, the 823 on that. Excuse me.
There was a good style tank mate, where they were like short but fat. You know what I mean?
Mm. James.
Nice one, James.
Okay, this is James Moore again. Work in progress, Airfix 172 Spitfire VC ready for paint.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice one again, James.
Cool. Nice one, James.
Okay, this is James again. Work in progress 172 Typhoon FGR4. All the fit issues sorted, ready for paint.
Now, I've always liked this plane. Always. Typhoon.
Typhoon,
I like the way they've designed the base as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. If I was to build planes now, I think I'd definitely build one of those. Definitely. So beautiful and elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give that a like. Okay, so Mr. James Moore again. Work in progress, Tamiya 135th scale, 8-ton semi-track SD KFZ 7-1 with quad AA gun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's quite an old kit, if I understand, isn't it, Panzer?
Yes, it is.
If it's the Tamiya one, yeah, it's quite old. It dates from the
Yeah.
1970s, I think, the late 70s.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did two versions of it: the flak veiling, which is that one with the open cab, and then they did the 3.7 centimeter gun with the armored cab.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's a beautiful kit. Isn't it?
But I have those in my stash. Yes.
Mm. Nice.
I do like that. Great work.
It's nice, that.
Yep.
Okay, we have Mr. James Moore again. Work in progress, Airfix 148 Westland Lylander.
Lysander.
Lysander, Mark 3 decal finally completed. That's the first time I've cocked up on a name of something tonight. I'm done.
No. You called it the same name last week, but no one
Well.
corrected you. I think the last time I built one of them, it was the Matchbox version on 172nd scale.
Brilliant work. Okay, let's have a refresh. See if anything else has come through. Just Lindsay. Work in progress. Grass Zeppelin so far. Good. Trumpeter 1/350 scale.
Looks good, Lindsay. Doing a cracking job on that.
Yeah.
It's looking at it.
So they can see properly.
Really take shape on it.
Uh-huh.
It's a good thing it wasn't used in the second disagreement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We'd have only had to have sunk it.
Well, the Russians got hold of it, didn't they?
They actually reflagged it and then took it out and used it as target practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only half built anyway, so
Yeah.
but it was actually missing a lot of its armaments because it was stripped for parts.
Okay. And that, I believe, is it for tonight's gallery.
Some excellent work on there.
Yep.
That's not bad. I only got one thing wrong tonight.
Nice one, guys. Thank you very much for posting in the gallery. Some brilliant builds posted. Thank you very much. Okay, so catch up with this chat then, shall we? Apple says Ken's hot rod by the looks. Apple says a Barracuda by the looks of it. I think you could be right there, Apple. TBG Model Watch says hi, Daniel. Apple says, Mark, when it goes into the engine, it is gas format. Otherwise, it would flood the car's engine components. Mark's Hobby says I would join, but I've only got my phone. Yeah, StreamYard can really take it out on your phone, make it really hot. David Markey says, hello, Mark. TBG says, Gasser goes back to cars using ethanol, I think. Apple says, I served a whole month on the Art Royal in the Med. Didn't sleep much to start with, 24-hour takeoff and landings. That would be the R09 Apple. It was either be the R09 or R07. But I know the last one went through a lot of refits. TBG says, correction, Gasser is a dragster that uses a conventional gasoline engine and a normal car body. Apple says Ken loves his green paints. Yes. Mark Sobby says, hi, David. TBG says, Mark has where to put the messy bench modelers for a time. Watch out, Ron. And says, tidy the bench again or you get the hose again. Gonna beat you with a hose. We've got Geordie Dave in. Welcome in, Geordie Dave. And he says,
Hi, Geordie.
Hi, Geordie.
David Markey says, hello, George. Geordie says, hi, David. TBG says, hi, Geordie Dave. Apple says, evening, Geordie. And TBG says, Archer, the only self-propelled gun that drives backwards. Mm-hmm. Geordie Dave says, hi, TBG and Apple. TBG says, nice, Sophie. And we've got William in, New Fenris Railroad, and he says, hi, guys.
Hey, Fenris, it's Snowy.
Dominique's in as well. He says, good evening, people.
Hey, Dom.
TBG says, hi, Snowy. Geordie says, yeah, the attitude is fantastic on that model. TBG says, cool Panzer. We've got Dieter in, and he says, greetings. Welcome in, Dieter. Geordie Dave says, nice models, Panzer.
Thank you.
David Markey says, hello, Dieter. He also says, hello, Dieter. He's put that in twice. TBG says, hi, Dieter. TBG says, 1972. Ooh, that is an old kit. David Markey says, excellent work, folks. Yes, brilliant work. Mark Smod says, please like and share and subscribe and a massive thumbs up. Yeah, get them thumbs up, guys. Let's go for a maximum this week. David Markey says, hello, Fenris. David Markey says, hello, Dominic. That's Jack Cool.
Well, Sophie's not in tonight, is she?
It's probably lurking in the background.
Aye, probably.
I wonder if Baby Cakes is lurking in the background.
No doubt. Sprue and Blue says, nice work, all. Dominic says, hi, David Markey. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Geordie Dave. And Mark's Mods has put Panzer Cat's channel in.
Thank you very much.
Stephen Haynes says, hi, Dieter. Mark's Mods has put Dave Mac Builds in again.
Thank you.
Stephen Haynes says, hi, Sprue and Blue.
I also put Ron's in there, but I think you missed it, Lindsay.
Probably.
Thank you, Mark.
Stephen Haynes says, hi, New Fenris. Go for It Painted says, hi, David. Mark's Mods has put his own channel in. Geordie Dave says, hi, Stephen. No, says, hi, Sprue. Oh, Geordie Dave. TBG says, hi, Sprue. Mark's Mods says, put the Peterborough Plastic Modelling Group link in. So if you want to join that, feel free to. And it's doing well, actually. We've had quite a few new members this year, a lot of new members.
We're on 389 members, so we are 11 members off 400.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, Lindsay? If you reach 400, do a giveaway.
No, 500 wouldn't do a giveaway.
Oh, come on.
Well, traditionally, it's been that if you get to 100, you do stickers. And when you get 500, you do a giveaway.
Are you supplying a giveaway then, Mark?
I haven't got any kits to give away.
You could give away a free bench cleanup.
Oh, he could make up a cleaning bench set, couldn't he?
He could, yes.
He could, couldn't he?
Somehow in this community, I don't think they'd sell well.
It's a giveaway. They don't selling them at all.
I'd
No,
say
you give it away.
take one look at his desk and then go and jump off a bridge somewhere.
There'll be dust, polish, kitchen
Oh.
fluid.
Oh, look, Mark. Oh, look. Oh.
Right, we'll go around the bench, see what the guys are doing anyway. So we'll go to Mark's one.
Yeah, so I have been doing some bits tonight. So I don't know if you can see that. Just at the top there, I put them decals on that are on both sides. And then I started painting these bits which are to go on top and on the back of the pilot seat. So that's what I managed to get done. But them tiny decals did take me about 20 minutes to do because they were that small, but it's progress.
Baby steps, Mark. Baby steps.
I'll put a bit of lacquer over the top of them, otherwise they'll come off.
I've got some decal softener over the back of them, over the top of them.
Yeah, but you still want to put a varnish layer on top of them.
Yeah.
When you finish the model, varnish the entire model.
So coming along.
Cool, thank you very much. I'll go to Dave Max, getting over his Warhammer.
And I'm just doing the Librarian in Terminator armour. And once that one's done, then it'll be going on the stand. I've not got much to do now, really, but I don't think I'll get it all done tonight.
No.
Because once all these are done, I'm going to have to take them all apart again
Oh.
to paint them.
Are they push bits?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
So that's really handy.
Yeah. Very handy. I've noticed they've even got hands as well.
Yeah. Oh, they've got their hands on, and
Yeah. Okay, Dave Mac, thank you very much. Did you want to do your unboxing?
yeah, I did the unboxing today. But do you want me to do it again?
Well, you can do if you want.
Right. I just need to find where to put them.
Yeah,
Put something down, and I can't find them.
I'll come back to you in a minute. Go to Pants Cup.
Well, I've assembled part of the chassis of the Razor. It is literally tiny.
It is, I know, isn't it?
Well, the little four-seater, what do you call that? The little, what do you call those things? Quad bikes. They're a four-seater quad bike. That's literally what they are.
Yeah.
But so far, pain-free build. No fit issues at all whatsoever.
Cool. Brilliant. Okay, we've got a one.
Yeah. So far, I've got some of this done, and I'm just dry fitting at the moment. Chassis that's done there, that's just dry fitted in there, so I know exactly what it'll be looking like, sort of thing. So, yeah.
That's coming along. Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely getting there.
We've got the figure in there as well.
Yeah.
That fits nicely as well because some of them on
Yeah.
their 24th kits, they don't fit properly sometimes.
No. The right pain at the end of the day, and this is the first one that I come across has actually fitted so perfectly fine, and I'm like, okay.
At least he's got both hands on the steering wheel, Ron. Which is
Better yet, Marky, at least he's got both hands on
Lindsay, when are you getting your Eddie Sturbart out?
When?
Yes.
God, that's in line with all the work in progress that I've got to catch up with.
Because you said you were waiting for the weather to get better and warmer. Well, it is doing that.
Oh, not yet. I'll wait until it's really hot to spray that. Because I'll have to take it outside and do it with wrap cans.
I found the stuff.
Right, okay. We'll go back to Dave McField. And he's going to do his unboxing.
Okay, this is what Lindsay sent me. I got it. When was it yesterday or today? I can't remember. He sent me this container, which I'm going to use for troops. I'm going to put a door down here, and they've got like parts in there that'll be going on.
Yeah, that's the door shot in your hand.
In there. Also, he sent me these pipes. These two of them, I think. Let's put one down somewhere like that, and also like ventilation pipes from the look of them. These will come really handy. I don't know how they're going to fit, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're actually the knuckle joints.
All right.
Generator and for the ends of the pipe, so you can curve them round.
All right. And this part here, and some other bits and bobs that are all in there. Oh, there's the other one, the long one. Also, he sent me this part here with the flooring. I've seen the slots up here, so can go in at the top here like that. There's like another slot there, but I'll probably put one at the side of it because it's like the same. They seem to match up nicely like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some supports on there so I can put some troops on the top firing at the Thessalians. But all this has got to be primed, painted, so that'll take some time to do. And also, I've just found the other part. Another one of them. So let's go back in the bag. And also what I got and all eventually that I ordered. You're gonna like this.
Very steampunky, isn't it?
Yeah. You can either have it as the Cryos battle tank or the Venator, but I'm gonna go for this one here, the battle tank. That's the Venator there with a different gun on it.
You want a big boomstick.
Yeah. So that's my new tank. I'm still waiting for the fort to come. God knows when that's going to arrive, because they said when I ordered it could take up to 180 days.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
What, 6 months?
Yeah.
Where have you ordered it from? The moon?
Timber.
No, I ordered it in store. And they said it'll take up to 180 days.
It's probably one of those they only do them by so many orders.
Yeah. So this, what you sent me, Lindsay, this will be added onto my diorama. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but it's going to get used.
Yeah. Nice.
So thank you very much for that.
Mark could make a suggestion of where you could put that.
Wow. Howdy, Panzer. Cool. Okay, Geordie Dave says a messy bench is a working bench to me as it's organised mess. New Fenris Railroad says, old guys got the death corpse of Krieg Army box from Games Workshop. Nice.
Ooh.
Yes, he was
Dean
working on it.
Nice build all. And TBG says, I can't see a ladder to get you out of that rabbit hole, Dave back. He fell in and somebody kicked the ladder.
I think I'm in that rabbit hole indefinitely now.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
Would I?
Yeah.
I would.
The problem is, though, he spent all his money on Warhammer, so he hasn't got the money to eat me or drink me.
New Fenris Railroad says, nice bag of pipeworks from Games Workshop. Yeah, they are nice.
I had to read that twice. It looks like through my glasses. Nice bag of pipes. Nice bag of pipes.
Bag pipes.
Yeah.
Apple says, hello, Snowy. So that's a chat call.
That's the Scottish man in your Panzer.
They say the bagpipes are the finest military laxative in the world. Try being in the porta potty. It's 3:30 in the morning when the Chinook flies over at low altitude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do any more on that tonight.
Well, I'll just put this last piece on and put it on its base, and that's it.
So if you've enjoyed the stream, guys, please put your thumbs up. Much appreciated. Let's see if we can go for a good maximum tonight. I'd like to thank the PPM members also. So if you like the stream, if you've got a device, put the thumbs up, guys. You know, it keeps it very nice. It's very enjoyable. Fenris says, guys, I think I'm to blame for the Games Workshop rabbit hole. Well, you're partly to blame. Also, so was Ninja. And then everybody else got infected through me.
No, I think the original instigator was Sprue.
Not really. I don't think so. Not really.
Yeah, he got a Warhammer kit from 50s Bin Man.
Ah.
And
I
then
mean, I've always liked the look of Warhammer. But yeah,
Well, they've got some good kits, and the detail on them is absolutely amazing.
yeah, they are brilliant.
Can't fault
They
them.
don't take up too much room either, do they?
You do in my shed.
Oh.
You need a bigger shed.
It depends how far you go with them, isn't it?
Yes, especially the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to go very far with this lot.
And then just when you think you're finished, something else catches your eye and you think, oh, I can add that as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I think I've got more personnel than machines.
This is how it should be.
I think I'll get a Chinook helicopter for this lot. I think I'm going to need it.
Apple says, thank you, as I introduced Lindsay to it and then sent him 2 large boxes full of it. Yeah, he did. And he is one of the instigators.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the instigators is our Apple.
Yeah, Ethel's to blame as well.
Yeah, he is. Definitely. But I went more for the gunships and all that, as well as the figures. So,
Well, that's him done. No point starting on another figure. Oh, I've not done too bad tonight. Done 4.
so 22 people in. Nice.
Well, that's them 4 have done.
Right, let's get back to you. There we go. Right.
This one. These 2. and the librarian in armour.
Nice.
Really enjoyed it tonight, that.
Yeah, they look good, Dave, mate.
Hey,
They look good.
they do, yeah. They look absolutely brilliant. I like it. Thank you, Lindsay, for getting me into it.
Must be a rough neighbourhood where the librarian has to wear armour.
Yeah.
I'll have to start charging some of these people, getting these introduced to Warhammer.
And
Well,
all I did was just go in Warhammer for a tank, and then it just started from there.
That's what a librarian looks like when you don't return a book on time.
Yeah. Comes after you.
Fenris says, yeah, definitely needing a bigger shed for my games workshop and trains and the next house that will resign on the 19th of April. Ooh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, because New Fenris Railroad, he does Engage trains as well.
Yeah.
I think it's Engage. Is that right, Fenris? Apple says, credit where credit is due. Like to introduce the new creative juices to the modern fraternity. Yeah. Definitely. Fenris says, Lindsay, was that the In the Minds box set? Yeah, it was. I think I spelled that right. In the Minds. Fenris says, end scale is right, 1/160. Geordie Dave says, so Dave Mac, do you want to play Warhammer games or just like to build them?
Well, Geordie, I just like building them. I won't be playing the game. I'm just going to build a diorama for them. It's going to be a 5-foot diorama, and the lot is going on it. Apart from the big tanks, that's going on with a different diorama. The Stormlord, the Shadow Sword, and the Baneblade versus 2 Tiger tanks, a German rocket launcher, and an half track with figures. So I might get away with that one.
Cool. Okay, you've got about 5 minutes left on panel.
Truck's looking good, Ron.
Thanks there. Yeah, it's most of it's dry fitted. I'm gonna have to do the engine. I'm gonna have to give the engine another coat as such, just to verify it up. And then obviously there's a few other color bits to go with it as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm enjoying it though. That's the main thing.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's the minute if you don't enjoy it, then yeah, something wrong there.
Yeah.
Snowy says, nice build, Dave. Sounds like a fun diorama. Yes.
Thanks, Fenris.
I'm looking forward
It
to
will be
seeing
a fun diorama. Because what I'll be doing with this big shelf at the back of me with my 2 ships on, I'm extending it longer so I can put the Missouri up at the top with my Titanic and then do the other 2 dioramas, put the other 2 dioramas underneath that. But I've got a lot to sort out in this shed.
Mine's just disappeared. He went. He's escaped.
Yeah.
Escaped,
I bet his internet's conked.
probably.
I hope not. I thought he got it sorted.
You might have pressed the wrong button. You know what Ron's like.
Yeah. So, if everybody wants to go, cameras up. Be much appreciated
Yeah.
for those who want to. So, anyway, yeah, we've come to the end of the stream, unfortunately. It's been a good stream. I'm sure the panel has enjoyed it, so have I.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to thank my moderator, Mark's Mods. Thank you once again.
Okay,
And thank you for doing the gallery.
no problem.
I'd like to thank Panzer Cat for coming along.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
And as always, thank you very much, Dave McFields, for coming
Thank
along.
you for having us.
You're welcome. So, Jordan Dave says, I might try Warhammer to improve my painting. Apple says, well done, Dave Mac. What you need is meant to be coming out in June, Space Wolves premiere versions, but don't nick my one or Scully.
At the moment, Apple, I'm not getting any more until this lot is done.
David Markey says, thank you all for a great stream. You're welcome, David Markey. Yeah, as I was saying, thank you all for coming along, especially those in the chat and those from the PPN group. I'm sure there's quite a few of those watching as well on different devices. So like I say, you know, in all your appreciation, guys, please stick the thumbs up. It does this channel a world of good, and it gives everybody inspiration to keep coming back. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So we should be back again next Wednesday from PPN, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. with a gallery once again. So don't be afraid. If you want to come on the panel and you're a PPN member, just give me a PN in the group, and we always have a spare couple of seats or even one seat. So, you know, we can alternate it. Don't be afraid. Just, you know, come on. If you got the software and the devices to do it, you know, you're more than welcome. Where did we get to? Geordie Dave says, great night, everyone. Apple says, good show as always, Lindsay. You're welcome, Apple. TBG says, great stream, thanks all. Well, you know, thank you, TBG. Apple says, night, Roxy, you can go to sleep now. Yeah, she's on the bed. she's getting ready to go to sleep now for the night. So, yeah, in all, guys, yeah, thank you very much for coming along. Get them thumbs up and subscribe to these guys' channels and push the notification bells, and we'll see you all very, very, very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.